Because, like, in this day and age, I don't think that you should have to take a knee anymore. I think you should be able to run it up. Especially in the COVID 2020s where, what is it going to be? You don't know if you get to play next week. Matter of fact, did you hear about Graham Mertz, quarterback at Wisconsin?
Tell me about it.
Okay. So Friday night, the freshman, not the true freshman, but the freshman, Graham Mertz, gets to start at quarterback. And Wisconsin's a running team, and yet they are opening up and letting him toss the ball around. This dude had like 18 straight completions without a drop and torches Illinois. It's Illinois, but still. Illinois had beaten Wisconsin last year. It's some vengeance there. I believe the score is 45-17 or 45-7. And then on Sunday, Graham Mertz gets popped with the COVID, which, tested positive. We knew that was going to happen in Big Ten. But the way that the rules are structured, Graham Mertz can't play football again for 21 days. He has a 21-day quarantine, which means that the next 3 weeks of football games are out for him as quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a dude that, had immediately, in some people's mind, made Wisconsin into a college football playoff contender because nobody's going to beat them in the West. And then, if you can pass the ball on Ohio State, you might actually be able to win that game in the Big Ten championship. And knowing that Ohio State does not look, like it did last year, at least to start, and they're still trying to figure out what they got with a new defense coordinator, as the defense coordinator is trying to run the scheme that they were running last year. But, as Jeff Hathley, who was defense coordinator last year, new head coach at Boston College, said this year, it's really hard to fix what's not yours, right? So, like, this would have been the year, I believe, that somebody could have taken apart an Ohio State secondary, as wild as that is to say, and Graham Mertz looked like the dude to do it. And now, there is no Graham Mertz for 3 weeks of football. Again, this is what the Big Ten campaigned for. This is what they will allow for them to come back for. So I kind of feel like, as Kevin Warren was taking all this, quite literally hell, for being the bulletproof vest for the president's chancellors to cancel football, he also was able to get with the medical personnel, said, I want this to hurt if they test positive. I want this to hurt. And now this is going to hurt.
Well, I don't want to frame this as like this is a punishment, because it's not as if I haven't been on a whole bunch of email chains from other universities or organizations where if you get tested, hey, you are now on sick leave for pretty much the exact same amount of time. Being out for 3 weeks, the worst thing that's going to happen besides maybe like dropping a game or two, because you don't want to be a top 15 ball club and then lose your quarterback for 3 weeks. But the fan base is going to be screaming, we want Mertz. Mertz is going to be screaming, we want Mertz. And it's going to be just real tough because it's going to be 3 weeks of, I would say, you lose access to the top quarterback, and you're going to look at the other quarterback and still a whole bunch of be like, we wouldn't be in the position if Graham was back there. And Graham's just going to be at home playing Among Us, talking about, yeah, you're right. Man, I got an uphill battle because I showed out in my first game, and now, week 5? Week 5, I got to show back up and continue being the 20 for 21 dude.
Yeah. And like that obviously is affecting, but affecting in another way. Because, like, what if Graham Mertz does pop up? Like, I forget what game this was, but Jordan Phillips was dominant defensive tackle that year for Oklahoma. And Jordan Phillips wasn't playing football. Like, he was at home hurt or something. And this man is tweeting during the game about how bunk Call of Duty is. And he was getting destroyed. So I can only imagine Graham Mertz gets out here talking about, can't wait for the NBA to come back during a Wisconsin football game. That's what I want. I want Graham.
Why aren't you prepping for Northwestern, Graham?
I want Graham to be out here tweeting about Giannis and the Bucks during a Wisconsin game. Just so I can see how the vitriol goes.